Hi, Steve Van Zandt, owner of SVZ Performance down here in Sunrise, Florida, and today we're going to look at a really popular exercise in the glute bridge. Let's talk about this. What's the goal of this exercise? Well, glute bridge. So generally speaking, most people perform this exercise trying to challenge their glutes. At the end of the day, the motion that we're challenging is hip extension, right? That's mostly a glute and hamstring focused challenge. Often when you see this performed, it's very common in these group classes, right? Where everybody's laying on their back and the instructor's just kind of going, all right, ladies, here we go, and up and down, and here we go, up and down, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4, and relax. That can sometimes lead to some undesired outcomes, right? She's kind of mindlessly just kind of lifting her butt up and down until something gets tired, right? So let's look at how we may be able to alter some things and some unseen forces in this exercise to try to maximize the efficiency of it. Well, first, rather than have her lift her butt up and down, I'm going to have Kathy here think about pushing the ground away, right? She's gonna try to push the earth down. But before that, I'm gonna have her just tighten her glutes up. Let's think about what we're using here, right? If that's the goal, let's get some tension in those glutes, right? We're not trying to get distance between her butt and the floor. Rather, we're trying to shove this floor down, as if the floor is literally moving under her feet. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Let's shove, shove, shove. And she's gonna search and find, where do her hips end? Where do these joints actually finish? So she's doing a great job of finding it there, and as she's coming back, she's working her way there, not just letting her butt fall down. She's pushing the earth away, imagining the floor is collapsing under her feet, owning the end range, and working her way back towards the table, never letting go of this tension. Now, if she lets that go at the top of this, I'm gonna have her find this one more time. Yep, go ahead and find it, lock it in. If she was concerned about her butt getting any higher than that, she's gonna blow right past her hips and get right into her lumbar. And that is a really common complaint in this exercise, that, hey, my back kind of hurts when I do this thing. Well, that can happen when you're just worried about moving things in space. That's one thing. Here's another issue. Her feet, where I place them. Relax for a second. Where I place them. We see a lot of people do this with their knees kind of tucked in real tight, right? So her heel's almost underneath her knee joint, or even further than that. And what we have here is not only the force that she's shoving against, so if she's shoving the floor down, there's a force shoving up against her, right? That force is trying to shove her into hip flexion. So she's shoving into hip extension, but there's something else happening here. Something has to prevent her foot from sliding off this table, right? There's a frictional force that's happening. If this were a block of ice, you can kind of picture it, her foot just sliding out here, and she had to build all this tension in her quads to fight that. Well, I'm pretty sure that's not the goal here. Those forces can create some shearing forces at the knee. And if you do have any knee issues like an ACL repair, those shearing forces might start bothering you. You might start feeling some knee stuff and some quad stuff. And so I'm gonna have her just scoot forward just a bit, creating a bigger distance from where her heel is touching the ground and where her hip joint is. That means I increase the torque to her hip joint, making her glutes have to work harder. I'm also having her bias towards her heel so there's less surface area. Less surface area for these frictional forces that we're trying to avoid. So she's pushing through her heel and really consciously not letting her knees cave in, which is another big common mistake people make, is just kind of letting their knees collapse. Bands are often used, things like that, but for the case of today, I'm just gonna have her consciously not let them dive in. So she's building tension, she's shoving through the ground, she's finding her end range by pushing the earth away, locking in, owning it, working just as hard on the way back. And we're eliminating this popping up and down thing. This is going to make this exercise way more challenging, but way more efficient. Let's clean up all the junk that's going on in our joints. The whole goal here is to challenge those hip extension muscles and get in that nice end range where she's going to really feel a great contraction, which is often missed in big, great exercises like deadlifts. This is a great compliment to that, but it has to be done efficiently.